Hello everyone. I would like to welcome all of you who joined us today. Let's start by taking a deep breath. You know, I was supposed to put this video out a week ago, and I think because of the subject matter being Luciferianism, the spirit of Lucifer has done everything he could to prevent this article and this video from being distributed to y'all. Since I started this, my father's been hospitalized. My son has been sick, and I have been plagued with fatigue. So I apologize for this taking so long to reach you. It is a topic I'm super passionate about because it is one that disgusts me. You know, they talk in the Bible about the great deception. We're living in the great deception. And it began long ago when they distributed to us a Bible which claims our Father in heaven wants you to kill his creation. All the reference in the Bible to the slaughter of innocent animals. Your Father in heaven would never ask you to kill his creation. Never. Under any circumstance. You know, it's funny how people often associate ritualistic killing with Satanism, with Lucifer. But they never question why in the Bible our Father in heaven requires it to show obedience, to pay homage. You must understand, Lucifer is the god of this world. Remember, he offered it to Jesus on the mountain. Well, he couldn't have offered it if it was not his to offer. So to think the Luciferian spirit is not alive and well on this earth is insane. In your beloved Bible, they're speaking of two gods. They're speaking of an all-loving, all-knowing, unconditionally loving Father in heaven. That is your creator. When they're speaking of a judgmental, cruel, hateful, vengeful God who will send you to hell for all eternity if you don't obey, they're speaking of the God of this world, Lucifer. You know, anyone who knows me knows I hate television. I hate it. Because I understand it is the number one divisive tool used by the elite to keep us stuck in low vibration. Look at the programming on your television. Look how immoral, unholy it is. It normalizes violence, hatefulness, division, even your sports. Pit one against the other to see who's better. These are not values of our Father in heaven. For he knows we were all created differently, but equally. We're not all supposed to be good at football. We're not all supposed to be good at basketball. We're not all supposed to be good at these things. And competition in and of itself is division. There's so many things that is pumped through that television daily to normalize evil. If you knew what your TV was originally designed for, and that it had every intention to become what it is today, which I believe is responsible for the breakdown of the family. You know, they keep parents working so hard to where they can't be home with their children. And then they got that television teaching children how to be adults. People, I can't express to you enough that you really need to research Hollywood and your music industry, because it is built on the Luciferian spirit. When I discovered some of the things which we won't get into right now about Hollywood and about our celebrities and, you know, most of the artists who've really made it big, I was disgusted at what I discovered. And I'm not here to try to convince you that there is a Luciferian agenda in Hollywood, in the music industry, in the Vatican, which steals the innocence of children. 460,000 children go missing every year just in the United States. And Luciferianism operates off of stealing the innocence of children. You know, there's an evil in this world. And because everyone gives their implied consent, because they watch all night long television programs with low values, low morals, who promotes promiscuousness and hatefulness, they don't realize they're giving their energy to the dark, making it more difficult for the light to reign in this world. You know, if we'd all turn our televisions off, they wouldn't produce that smut to entertain us. But because we're all entertained by it, because we think it's harmless, we allow it to be continued. You know, everything spoken, thought, written, every word holds a certain vibration, a certain frequency. So when people are watching violence all night on their TVs all across the world, Lucifer reigns. Think about how much time people give in a day to their Father, their Creator in heaven. Because if the majority of the population watch TV all the time, and the programming they're watching is not of that of God or of the light, then you're part of the problem. You know, Lucifer is not a guy running around with a pitchfork and a tail. He's a spirit. He's an energy. And we unknowingly give our energy to the dark because very early on in the Bible, they made even our Father in heaven seem as though he was okay with the cruelest of things, the killing of innocent animals. You know, when Catholicism started and those who did not want to convert were slaughtered, think about that. Your Father in heaven is not okay with murder under any circumstances. And you know, religion, as long as it's focusing its energy on a power greater than ourselves, doesn't matter what you call them. truth, your truth. I want you to realize how unknowingly and ignorantly you are giving power to the dark by participating in activities you aren't even aware or of the Luciferian spirit. There are practices that go on in our world among the 1% where they do the most awful things to innocent children. It's called black magic. It's called Luciferianism. And it's time people educate themselves on what's going on in their world. There is a reason for the sickness that plagues our world. But people don't even believe such an evil exists, right? How can we ever beat it? Lucifer is not a person, it's an energy. And we unknowingly participate in things that are built on the Luciferian spirit on a daily basis, unaware that we're even doing it. You know, I could tell you, I recommend everyone turn your TV off. But people are so addicted to television, who would really do it? It's time you start to wake up, right? Go outside in nature. Turn that divisive, devilish tool off. All it does is promote low values, low morals, keep you stuck in fear. It is the #1 way they use to keep you stuck in low vibrations. Quit being the sheep they refer to in the Bible, being blindly led to slaughter. Wake up. Do yourself a favor. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Prove me wrong, please. Please. So with that being said, and look, I apologize if this is offensive to anyone. But this message needs to get out there. People need to realize the things they're participating in, if they're of the light and if they're of the dark. They need to understand that there is an evil in this world that is responsible for the state our world is in. And let's stop giving our energy to it. Ignorance can no longer be the excuse. It's time to educate yourself on your world and understand we are in a spiritual war. And in order for the light to win, we must be giving the bulk of our energy to the light. So let no one be able to use the excuse after today that they didn't realize the negativity they watch on TV all night is of Lucifer, and it is giving your energy to him, making it easier for the dark to reign on our beautiful earth. Okay, so my blood pressure is shooting through the roof. Let's take a deep breath. Breathing in love, exhaling light. Imagine that beautiful rainbow-colored orb just over your head. Imagine placing a protective white light around the orb for yourself and your family. And a protective white light around yourself as well. Now I want you to imagine a beautiful pink cord coming out the bottom of your feet, connecting into the crystalline grid of Gaia, anchoring our energy for this meditation. Gaia, as you raise, we raise. As we raise, you raise. Imagine yourself being a perfect conduit for pure source energy. I would like to call in our spirit guides, Source, Gaia, higher selves, Archangel Metatron, and Yeshua. Most people know him as Jesus. His real name is Yeshua. I call in Yeshua today for this meditation because he is the representation of what is good and what is God. And right now we need his energy more than ever. Now imagine some translucent cords dropping down from the orb, attaching to the top of your head, synchronizing your frequencies, and clearing your chakra system. We are the violet flame. We are the violet flame. In action in us now, we are the violet flame. To light alone we vow, we are the violet flame. In mighty cosmic power, we are the light of God, shining every hour. We are the violet flame, blazing like the sun. We are God's sacred power, freeing everyone. As we close this out today, I would like to say I am so glad that this is over. I have been met with more opposition this week. Something did not want this message to be communicated to you. The Luciferian spirit is alive and well. And is the number one reason for the problems in our world today. I know it's difficult for us to imagine people raping and torturing children, because the 99% of us would never do that. But there is 1% of the population who've always felt they're better than us, who've always lived by different rules and are above the law. And they were raised with those things because they currently experience them in their own lives. They were raised with the same rape and torture they subject their victims to. So for them, it's not unusual. And I know that's difficult for us to believe that these things go on in our world, but they do. And in order for us to stop them, we have to quit giving our energy to them. Quit watching the movies they put out. Quit listening to the music that promotes low values and low morals. Where people walking around half naked, acting like sex is not sacred. I love each and every one of you. And I hope this message meets you in good health. And it at least convinced you to start to go find out what's really going on in your world. And what happens behind closed doors of the 1% of the global elite. You'll be disgusted to know. But you'll be empowered to understand what this enemy looks like and how to beat them. I bless you all. Enjoy your day.